Good morning, folks. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Monday. Whoo, boy, we are back. Back in the saddle, or perhaps the computer chair once again. Folks, hello, hello. King Chuck, my friend, how you doing? Good to see you over there on YouTube. I hope your Monday is off to a good start. Bria and Life, hello. Good to see you as well. Bert on TikTok, hello, my friend. Guys, how you doing? Good to see everyone. Bert, how was your weekend? Hope you had fun. Bria and Life and King Chuck on YouTube, same question to y'all. Did you have a good weekend? Recharged, rested, excited, ready to rock and roll this work week? I hope so. If not, let's see what we can do about that. Maybe we can get some good vibes rolling here. Bria, I will not sing you happy birthday, but I will wish you a very happy birthday. Congratulations. I hope it's a great one. Whew, boy. Not a bad weekend, you said. Bert, you did some creating. Hey, any weekend you do some creation, that is a very good weekend in my opinion. Ain't nothing wrong with that. What did you create? Some writing? Some art? Let me know, man. If you posted it in Discord, I have not checked it yet because I got in at like 11 p.m. last night and had enough time to go to bed and get up here. But that's alright. Simp1X, good to see you, my friend. How you doing? Hope you're rocking and rolling today. Bert, you said you did writing and you worked on your art class homework. Alright, rock on. I didn't know you were taking classes, Bert. That's sick, dude. King Chuck on YouTube, my friend. You said I have VBS today. What is VBS? I'm not aware of that. Educate me, my friend. Bria, you have any special plans for your birthday? You do something fun tonight, I hope? You gotta celebrate it. Deserves to be celebrated. Whew, boy, alright. Bert Co., you said Peter Moorbacher teaches a free class. It's been helpful. Oh, okay. Look at you getting that post post-school education, learning for life, huh? I like it, my guy. Rock on. I love that you're doing that. Well, I did not create any art this weekend. Well, thank you for asking, Simp. Simple1X. I was just about to get into it. It was a good weekend out of town. I did not create any art, but I did sit around with some old friends and watch the extended editions of all 3 Lord of the Rings movies. And talk a lot and hang out in the pool and eat good food. So very excited about that. That was very much the relaxing weekend that I needed after a long launch sprint and book writing and all that good stuff. So I'm not as rested as I could be, but that's all right. We'll catch that this week. We'll get some nice restful evenings, but for the most part, we're good to go, folks. So let's warm up those fingers, stretch them out. Oh, we got some words to write today. We gotta get back in the saddle. Back in the computer chair. Yeah, it was a good one, Simp. I appreciate it, man. We had fun. It was nice, you know. Couldn't have gone much smoother. Flights were smooth, no delays. Really couldn't ask for much more. And now we're back at it. And the best part of going anywhere is coming home, right? So I'm just excited to be back. Excited to get into the flow of things. You know, I really do like my work. I like being here with y'all each morning. I like writing books. So just glad to be back at it. And I think we're far enough away from launch week now that we can start doing some of our different streams, our dice decide games, and we've always been doing the Fantasy Map Fridays, but we'll keep those going as well. And yeah. Oh, I appreciate that, King Chuck. That's nice of you to say, my friend. King Chuck, where are you tuning in from, buddy? Glad to have you. I haven't seen you around before, but we're happy you're here. Hope you're having a good morning. Lore, same to you. Good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you're doing good. Y'all, we're back. Took Friday off to travel. I got back in late last night, but I don't know, it just feels right. Just feels right being here. I'm excited to be here with y'all. And we're gonna, y'all know the drill. We're gonna jump into some writing sprints. Oh, get that word goal out of there. We haven't hit it yet today. That's not the right one. Where is it? There it is. We haven't hit that today. But yeah, no, we're excited. I'm ready to get writing. And also, I worked on a little something. I think y'all said you liked this more, so got this one instead for the writing background, so y'all can see the in-progress cover of what I'm writing. Slendy, good morning, my friend. Welcome in. Cassidy, no, I had left the word goal on from the last stream, so when I went to that scene, it was already celebrating. But no, we're at a nice big fat 0 words on the day today. Now, Cassidy, you often write before stream, so you might have hit the word goal already. How's your morning going? How's your progress? And King Chuck, you are watching from Hilton Head Island. Huh. All right. That sounds like a nice place to be. Thanks for tuning in, bud. I was just talking with one of my old friends, and he is planning to go there sometime later this summer. That's like his favorite vacation spot. Him and his wife and all their friends go down there. So I've never been. I don't know much about it. All I know is it's a preferred vacation spot of a good friend, so I trust it's a pretty nice place. Oh, Cassidy's in your morning starting off good. You might get some Starbucks. Ooh, let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, I got my coffee. You go get yours. We'll wake up together. Raffi, what's up, my guy? Welcome in. Happy Monday to you. Bo, same to you, guys. How you doing? I hope you had a good weekend. Let me know. Tell me in chat. Gotta have a good weekend before you start the week, right? Fingers crossed. I'm hoping you did. Mine was rocking. I was out of town, hanging out with some old friends, marathoning Lord of the Rings. I'm a fantasy author, y'all. What can I say? I'm consistent. But we're gonna get back to it. I'm ready to write today. You know, take a couple days off, and I'm just like I'm itching to write. And we're transitioning. You know, work-wise, we've been doing a lot of launches earlier this year. 3 books out in the first 6 months of the year. Should be a good time to transition into writing now. We've done a lot of promotion, a lot of advertising. Now we're going to just do my favorite thing in the world, which is just to sit down and write. I'm going to churn out some words. I got several books slated to go, including the sequel to Wriggly Little Hands. I can't wait to get on that one. Actually, you know what? Let's pop over and take a look. Right after I say SAF11111. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Saf. I hope you had a good weekend. Let me know. But thanks for tuning in. Folks, if we pop over here, I don't think my camera goes up high enough, but Servant of Rage at the top left, way up top. You know, if my arm wasn't cut off, you could see it. We're doing the sequel to that one. But before that, we're going to do the sequel to this one, way up top, Wriggly Little Hands. And also finish up Paragon 5. So those are my next 3 books on the slate. And you guys, you'll see me writing them on stream here. But of course, before any of that, we're going to finish up this little monster right here. We're going to finish up A Wriggly Little Assistant. Making good progress on it. I think we're going to make really good progress this week in particular. So you notice we're at, if we pop over here, we're at a measly 3.8k words out of around 20k. We'll see where it lands. I'm putting in a lot of work on it this weekend, or this week. I don't know why I keep saying weekend. Let me pull up my calendar. Oh yeah, so we're going to put some words into it this week and probably finish it next week, as well as do some edits on Thief of Honor. So anyway, expect to see a lot of progress on that this week, and expect to see me here doing my writing sprints. As well as we're going to do the dice game this week again. I think it's been a while. It's time for it. And of course, Fantasy Map Friday. Yeah, Fantasy Map Friday. I have my in-laws coming into town later this week. But we should be able to do the Fantasy Map Friday first. Rafi, you said someone stole your car in your dreams, so you've been dealing with that. I'm sorry to hear that, Rafi. I hope that you get it. I hope you get your dream car back, because it's bad enough to have a car stolen, much less your dream car. Fingers crossed for you, man. Cassidy, the Lord of the Rings marathon was awesome, and the rest of the trip was also awesome. Great to hang out with friends. Always a good time. Had a great time. Nice to get back to Florida. Orlando specifically, hanging out. Get some nice nature. Which, speaking of, Florida nature lover, thank you for the follow and welcome in. You are in the right place, my friend. I am absolutely a Florida nature lover. What's your favorite part? You an Everglades guy? Or you looking at Payne's Prairie? You a fan of the springs, the rivers, the beaches? What's your choice, Florida nature lover? You let me know. Let me know your poison. Senior Goatman, you said you spent too much time playing the new Elden Ring over the weekend. You were so unproductive. Nah, Goatman, you're not unproductive. You were investing in yourself. Good for you, enjoying some video game time. That is very needed, especially on your well-deserved weekend. That is very important. You gotta relax. Florida nature, you're a lake person. Oh, there's plenty of lakes there. Plenty of lakes. You're an Okeechobee fan, Lake Mary. But you love the Everglades and the Springs. Yeah, there's just so much to get to pick from, right? Ooh, y'all, I am watching the nastiest looking thunderstorm developing over the Gulf right now. Fingers crossed the internet holds. That does not look pretty. Looks fun, though. Rafi said, does Disney Springs count as Florida nature? It counts as some fresh air and some sunshine, and that's always good, right? Other name, good morning. Welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you had a good weekend. I had a great weekend. Loved hanging out with friends and marathoning Lord of the Rings. My dad's friend is a huge bourbon collector. I'm not much of a bourbon guy, but he is a bourbon collector and likes to rotate out his collection frequently. So he basically said, hey, here's 20 bottles I'm trying to get rid of. Go ham. So I think I drank more bourbon this past weekend than I have in my entire life, or that I ever will again. So it was a good time, though. It was a good time. Simp1X, you said 11 hours of peak fiction. Absolutely, it was. It was a good marathon. Very excited about it. Oh, Senior Goatman, you said you played too much Elden Ring and messed up your sleep schedule. Did I read that right? Woof, boy, you were going hard. Ain't nothing wrong with that, though. Yeah, y'all. Rafi, I appreciate that. Say hi to King Chuck over on YouTube, tuning in. I don't think we've seen him around before, but we are happy to have him. Rafi says, what's good, King Chuck? I think the combined chat's working. Yeah, it looks like it is. So y'all should be able to talk to each other. So have at it. Folks, I will catch up on the Discord after stream today. I haven't been monitoring it. I was out of town. But see what conversations, what art y'all been sharing in there. Isabel Knight on YouTube. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Good to see you. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I hope, how did you had book tour you were doing, right? With a couple different websites and I think a podcast or an interview of some sort. I hope they went well. Let me know. Tell me about it. Gremlin, oh no, sorry. Harvey Weinstein Esquire. I'm going to call you Harvey, buddy. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good Monday. You said, what's the name of my book? I got several books, Harvey. I can show them to you here. These are all book ones. Top Row's Fantasy, Bottom Row's Lit RPG. But the most recent release that I'm really pushing right now is not that one, but this one. A Wriggly Little Hands. It's a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. It came out a week and a half ago now, maybe 2 weeks. Let me check. I need to know this for stream. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago now. It's been doing really well. It's been one of my best launches in a long time. So if you're into fantasy comedy, if I can compare myself to the master, it's kind of like Terry Pratchett. But if could also just be you're interested in reading about a D&D campaign where, nobody put points into intelligence and the DM's taking a shot after every chapter, then might I suggest Wriggly Little Hands. Paris Montclair, you said, whenever writing a situation or encountering a book, do you already know the solutions beforehand? Paris, I know the general solution because of how I plot. I like to do a general plot that'll get me from the beginning to the end of the book. But I don't plot out everything. I like to leave a little bit of wiggle room because often my best ideas come in the moment when I'm just creating. So I always leave room for that. And sometimes I surprise myself with ideas I didn't expect. And it's a lot of fun that way, honestly. Now, that's a very personal thing. That's kind of up to each writer. Each writer kind of does it differently. And you got to experiment to see what you like the best. Florida Nature Lover, you said, are you an indie writer? Florida, I am I'm a hybrid. Half of my books up here are through Small Press Portal Books. I was TradPub for a little while, and I now am also doing self-pub. So I'm really just taking any avenue that makes sense, and we're kind of figuring it out. I'm thoroughly hybrid, partially indie, partially small press. Not a lot of TradPub these days. Thoroughly hybrid, I would say. Isabel, you said the blog tour hasn't happened yet. It's scheduled to happen. Oh, okay, in July, so you got a little bit of time till then. No, Isabel, you don't got to apologize for not being here. We're happy to have you whenever you are here. Never an obligation to show up. We're always happy to have you. But you finished reading Wriggly Little Hands, and you loved it. Oh, Isabel, thank you. Appreciate that. That's very kind of you to say. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks for giving it a chance. Thanks for reading it. Destiny, welcome in. Yo, hello. Happy Monday to you. Destiny, I hope you had a good weekend. Welcome back in. And, folks, yeah, get off my lawn, guy. We can absolutely talk about the drafting process. Like, how many drafts do I run through? So get off my lawn. These days, I tend to run through one draft. I edit as I go, and then I'll give it one more editing pass on the backside, and then I will hand it in to my editor. Sorry, lost my train of thought there. Hand it in to my editor, and then they'll make edits, and then I'll get one more pass. I'll make one more pass once I get it back from them. That's my process these days. When I was newer, when I was a little newer to the industry, I had a lot more drafts. 1, 2, 3 different drafts of a book before I felt ready. I think it's just a confidence thing. You kind of figure out your flow, you figure out your rhythm, and the more books you write, the less drafts you need up front. but nothing wrong with working it until you're happy with it. Though I would advise don't spend forever redrafting and like writing it over and over and over again. There's a lot of value in writing it, editing it to the best of your ability, and then moving on to the next one because you're going to learn more. You're going to learn more from writing the next thing than you are from endlessly reworking your first thing. GD Penman, what's up, buddy? You said 1 draft, 0 edits. We die like men. Y'all, if you don't know, GD Penman is a very prolific author. And a very unique individual in that they do not really, I don't want to say they don't edit, but they make very clean first draft copy, and not much editing is needed. Gray has achieved the enlightened state of being that we all wish for, where you just do 1 draft. It's clean copy, and you hand it in, and you just say, "Pay me." Paris, I don't really. You asked how often do you have to scrap an encounter because you couldn't plot a reasonable solution. That doesn't really happen too much these days, Paris. I try not to go into things without a solution at all. I want some sort of solution in mind. But I think if you can't find a solution off the bat, the answer is to get more creative and get more out there. Because there's always a solution. You just got to find what works. So instead of scrapping an encounter, I would stick with it and see if you can't find a really interesting solution to it. It's a lot of work to scrap, a plot point and rework it. I think more often than not, you can make it work. And then if the editor comes back and is like, this really doesn't make sense, then you didn't find a good solution. But I think that's going to be rarely the case. Thank you for the question, though. Gray, you said mostly I write that way because I need them to pay me immediately. Look, Gray, you got your system down. I respect your workflow. I would love to get to that level of production. Gray's writing like, I don't know, 25,000 words a week, I think, right now with your current writing routine. Get off my lawn, guy. Gray does kind of edit as he goes, sort of like I do, but it's not really editing so much as just kind of like looking back over your copy and making sure it's clean, paired with having the confidence to just be like, no, this is good. I know what I'm doing. It's the kind of confidence that you're only going to get from writing a lot of novels, or maybe just coming in with absolutely just swagger, right? Isabel, you said, oh, you just make up your books as you go along. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being a pantser, as they call it, flying by the seat of your pants, just figuring out as you go. Hey, rock on. It's a lot more fun, I'll tell you what. If you don't know the solution and you just kind of find it as you're writing through, it's a great way to do things. Isabel, that's very funny. You said I shove my characters off a cliff and just go, see you later, folks, and come up with a plan on the way down. I love it. Blaze Gaming, holy cow. Thank you for all the gifts. Gifted wildly there. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much for that. Blaze, I saw you had a stream over the weekend. I apologize, I couldn't tune in. I was out of town and running around like crazy, but I hope it went well. Let me know. Tell me about it. Isabel, that is a very fun way to write. There ain't nothing wrong with it. You get to look. When you plot the book for the first time, sometimes it kind of spoils it. Like, you know what's going to happen, right? But if you don't plot it and writing by the seat of your pantsing works for you, then you just get to be surprised as you go through it. You get to be the first person to read the book and not know what's going to happen, right? Rafi, you said this is going to sound weird, but I feel like I wrote my book wrong. Is it bad to want to scrap and start over? I will second what Gray said. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that is the way to go. Rafi, you have learned a lot and asked a lot of good questions over the course of the stream. For the months we've been doing this here. I think it's safe to say you have learned and progressed a lot. I would not be surprised that you feel like you want to do it better. That's kind of one of the things people don't talk about too much, I think, when writing books, is just like, the person you are when you finish the book is not the person who started the book. You often change and grow over the course of writing. And if a book takes too long, at least me personally, I find that if it takes like 4 or 5 months, like I'm not in the same place I was when I started it, and the book starts to feel different to me. So I try to write them with momentum, to like not encounter that issue with growth. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what's happening, Rafi. And you don't have to scrap it and start over. You can just put it on hold and start a new project. There's nothing wrong with that. That's totally fine. You can always come back to it. And as I say, never throw away anything you've written. Always save the words somewhere. Maybe you don't want to look at them. You just want to file it away somewhere deep and dark. That's fine, as long as you can get back to it. Don't throw them away. Jake Hartman on YouTube, welcome in, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. You said no one edits a ransom note. Oh goodness, that's ominous. Isabel, you said I did once plot out my book. My characters did not like me plotting out the book. The story started rebelling, so I suppose it worked better with pantsing. Look, y'all, we say things like the characters didn't get along with the plot or the story didn't like it, and that's just a way of saying basically, creatively, it wasn't working for us. There's a weird space you get into when you're in raw creativity mode, and it just kind of, it's like a natural thing. You just like flow into it organically, and sometimes if stuff's not working, it's your subconscious telling you like, hey, the way you've approached this isn't right. Try something different creatively. You got to learn to listen to that voice internally. I was planning on doing some writing today, but there's a lot of good questions coming in, so I'm going to keep answering those. And when they slow down, then we'll do some writing. Isabel, you said, I'm so glad I'm not the only one who feels that way with having books take so long. Isabel, I see you have my curse. You have to write with momentum and write quickly. Because otherwise you change as a person and the book is different than where it started at. I'm right there with you. Trying to knock my coffee out of my own hand here. That would be a a rough one on stream. Blaze, you shared. Oh, Blaze, you weren't streaming. You shared one with me. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, I'll DM me the account, Blaze, so I can go get a look at it. Because now that the live's over, I don't think the link takes me anywhere unless I'm wrong. Rafi says exactly why I want to start over. I learned a lot and now it doesn't flow right. Yeah, man, spot on. I mean, it happens. That's why I say try short stories first, because you can get them done quickly. I'd be interested in seeing you try a short story, Rafi, instead of something really long. But it's your call, obviously. This is your creativity, man. You do what you want. I just think there's a lot of value in short stories. But you've heard that spiel before, Rafi. You've been here forever, buddy. Blaze, you said the stream you shared with me, he reads them on stream and records, but his voice, you can't get over it. Oh, I want to listen. Rion Fish, hey, welcome in. Good to see you. You said I've restarted the same story like 6 times. Not going to lie. I'm pretty sure I've got a good start now. Yeah, Rion, I see that a lot. I see that a lot in newer writers, newer authors. There's this urge, and I mean, hey, I'm 10 published books, 15 written books into my career. I still feel that urge. Like, it's still there. It always is there. It's really just you get better at overcoming it. And it just comes from the confidence of having done it enough to be like, no, I always feel this way at the 11% mark of the book. And you can push through it. So it's totally natural. But I will challenge you. Now that you feel like you got a good start, 1, rock on. 2, push through with it. Keep on going. Don't try to ignore that voice a little bit. Grace says any excuse not to write. Lazy Alex, lazy. Gray, you know I'm coming for that word count later today. The writing on stream is bonus words for the day. Rafi said, can I short story my dreams? Because it's the only thing I feel comfortable writing about. Yeah, hey Rafi, you can short story anything, man. There is no format but the format you want. I mean, if you want to submit it somewhere, then obviously there's like stricter formatting rules. But I mean, if you're just writing to write, if you're writing for passion and creativity, you do whatever you want, whatever feels right to you. Tommy Boy Music, my friend, hello. How's the job been going, dude? Good to see you. Happy Monday. I hope the new gig's going well. Hope you've been good. Welcome back, buddy. Get Off My Lawn says, do you really have a quota for the day? I do, Get Off My Lawn. I write, I aim for 2,400 words a day, which is roughly a chapter for me. That's, I've been in a promotional time lately with, 3 of these books on here launched in the beginning of this year. So we've been a little bit busy, particularly with this launch most recently. So shout out if you want to read a comedy fantasy about goblins on a road trip. Check out Wriggly Little Hands, an audiobook, ebook, paperback. It's on Amazon and Audible. Go give it a look. I think it's pretty good. But that is a tangent to say I've been very busy with 3 book launches this year. So I haven't been writing as much as I want, but now they're all done. They're all through. So we are getting back to the lovely time where I just get to sit down and do my favorite thing in the world, which is just live on the keyboard, man. Keyboard jockey. Back to the word mines. It's my favorite time of the year. So yeah, as a long answer to your question, get off my lawn, guy. I try to write a chapter a day, which is roughly 2,400 words for me. Oh, Gray, that's some really interesting advice. I'm Gray and Rafi. I'm gonna let y'all talk about that. Y'all, if you got questions, I am happy to answer them. That's what I'm here for. I have a good bit of know-how in the author, publishing, writing world. GD Penman in chat is even more knowledgeable than I. He has been in this game far longer, written far more books, sold way more copies. GD Penman is my mentor character who will die in the second act of my story. Jake Hartman, you said, speaking of short stories, Royal Road has a contest going on right now. Might be good practice. Oh, let me pull that up real quick, Jake. Thank you for mentioning that. Y'all, if you don't know, I always advocate writing. I always advocate writing short stories. If you're not on Royal Road, it is a wonderful free website where you can read stories for free as they're written. And as Jake Hartman on YouTube shouted out, I guess they have a community magazine contest going on right now. Let's see what's going on. We're excited to kick off the June 2025 edition of the Community Magazine Contest. If this is your first time joining, either as an author or a judge, allow us to give you a quick introduction. The contest is sponsored by Royal Road, but organized and run by the community. Prompt Children of the Sky. How to participate as an author. Submit your first chapter on Royal Road following our standard submission process. After your novel is approved, register by clicking Enter Contest. Oh, there's that thunderstorm coming down, y'all. If I disappear, it's because we got our power knocked out, but I think we're doing all right for the moment. All right, well, here, I'm going to drop this in chat for everybody. I highly if you guys like a lot of writing and a lot of reading, highly recommend Royal Road. I put it in the wrong chat, so YouTube got it. There we go, TikTok. It's a wonderful website for perusing any kind of story you can imagine. And you can write your own on there for free. Jake, thanks for shouting that out. Appreciate it. Isabel, what were you saying? You said, I'm not sure what you're responding to, but I'll keep an eye on chat down there. Cassidy, you said, I've mostly accepted that editing my story is going to be a long process. It is my least favorite part, as you know I've said here. But it's got to be done. Got to be done. And you'll get better at it as you go. It's just like anything. It's a muscle. It really is. The more you work at it, the better you get at it. By the way, Don Thomas, thank you for the follow, my friend. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Y'all, if it's your first time here, welcome in. What we're doing here, basically, I think questions have slowed down a little bit, so we can probably get to our first writing sprint. Outside of that, if you've got questions about writing, books, the publishing industry, all that good stuff, throw them at me. Happy to talk to you about them. That's what we're here to do. And in the meantime, I will be writing my novella, A Wriggly Little Assistant, which is going to be a prequel story to my most recent book, Wriggly Little Hands. So that's kind of the gist here. That's what we're going to do today. Isabel, you're welcome. I'm glad I could put it in YouTube for you. I should remember to post things in both chat, actually. Isabel, I understand your comments now. Yeah, I was saying Gray in chat is basically the mentor character of my life. And as we all know by story archetypes, the mentor character always gets killed off in Act 2. So Gray, I'm sorry, buddy, but it's going to be a rough one for you. Blaze, you said I'm about to start my writing journey, but I'm trying to figure out where I want to start. Well, let's talk about it, Blaze. What are you thinking? As you know, I recommend starting with short stories. I think it's the best place to start. Um, but what are you thinking about? What do you want to write? Like, what's burning in your mind? Isabel, you said, oh, too many character deaths for your. Yeah, probably shouldn't have that many character deaths in middle grade. That is a younger genre. Um, yeah, you gotta restrain it a little bit there. But hey, you could just write older genre if that's where your heart's taking you. You know, get into YA or just adult fiction. Your call. All right, all right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get a 2 minute warning here. We're gonna pull up our writing sprint scene. If you notice, we got 5 minutes on our clock here. When we started off, that's going to count down, and during that time, I will be working on this novella here, A Wriggly Little Assistant, live on stream. I encourage y'all to write along with me. If you got something you're working on, hey, there's 5 minutes to work on it. We can work together. Could be writing, could just be chores. Maybe you're responding to emails, kicking off your day. Whatever it is, guys, work on it with me, and we'll all get a little bit something done here. And as always, if you got questions about books, writing, publishing, you just want to talk about what you're reading, whatever it is, drop it in chat, and we'll get to it. We'll talk about it. Cassidy, you're going to do a breakfast eating sprint? Ooh, I love it. I love it. Cassidy, let me know what you're eating today. Gosh, y'all got to make me hungry on stream. It's tradition at this point. If I'm not hungry, craving breakfast food on stream, are we really streaming? No, absolutely not. All right. Hey, let's fire it up for a writing sprint, y'all. I think it's time. I think it's time. We're 30 minutes in here, and we've had a lot of good questions, and I appreciate y'all asking them. I have fun answering them, but we need to do some writing. So, get a little bit of hydration real quick. Oh, kick the feet up. Settle in, y'all. Let's get some writing done. I'm going to start this timer, and we're going to write for the duration. Y'all, good luck. If you're enjoying breakfast, well, Cassidy, enjoy it. Guys, whatever you're doing for the next 5 minutes, I hope it goes well. But I will be back when this timer hits 0. Or, you know, around there. Sometimes I don't notice. So feel free to yell at me in chat if I go a bit long. But at the moment, we got 0 words in our writing document. Let's fix it. Blaze, remind me of your comment when the sprint's over so we can talk about it. Oh, guys, it feels so good to type. I haven't typed since like Thursday when I took off work to head out for that long weekend. I don't know, those first 5 words. Whew, we're back. We're back. Let's get it. The keyboard is buttery today. Oh, it's so smooth. Gray says, always a dragon. That's always the answer. Solid advice. Sam Show, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. I hope your weekend was good. Broke my word counter for a minute there. No one saw anything. It's all good. I didn't say anything. Sam, good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Happy Monday to you. Let me know. Let me know how your weekend went. AJ with the tiny diny. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate that. Y'all, I got to get my screen set back up. I used to have the camera set like little tiny dinosaur arms, which is why this is the origin of tiny diny there. Got to get that set up again. All right, let's see. How much time we got left in this sprint? If I stop chatting. 1 minute, 18 seconds left. All right, y'all. Hey, push through to the end. And then, Blaze, we're going to talk about your question. Feel free to drop any other info you want in chat that might help the discussion about where we're going to help you figure out where you want to start writing. But otherwise, y'all, if you're writing with me, minute left. Sprint it out, folks. Get those words on page. Oh, there's the rain coming on down. All right, hopefully no thunder and lightning. We'll see. Oh, and I'm out of time anywhere on my writing sprint. Well, then I can say, first of all, Rich, welcome in, my friend. How you doing? Happy Monday. Good to see you. Sam, you joined during that sprint. Good to see you. Welcome in. Slendy, thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you re-upping the stream team. Rich, I hope you had a good weekend, my dude. Let me know. Let me know what you did. Sam, I think you said, yeah, there you go. You said it was a great weekend. I did a bunch of reading. Oh, Sam, let's go. Here's to you. That's what I'm talking about. That sounds like a lovely weekend. All right, Blaze, we're going to get to your question here in a moment, but let's just do a little wrap-up. I got 222 words during that writing sprint, which is funny because that is my lucky number, strange as that may be. Funny how that works out sometimes. If you were writing along with me, folks, let me know your progress. Otherwise, if you're just tuning in, hey, I'm author Alex Knight. Welcome to the stream. We're here every weekday at 7 a.m. Central Time, and no matter what we're doing, and it'll always be fantasy focused, no matter what we're doing, we're always taking your questions about books, writing, publishing, anything in that regard. Anything writing, fantasy, creativity focused, hit me with it. Let's talk about it. Which is a nice transition to the question that Blaze asked. Right before our writing sprint, Blaze was saying they're getting ready to start their writing journey, but they're not sure where to start. And had a basic idea, I don't want to say it in an insulting way, not like a basic idea. God, Blaze, so unoriginal. No, like a starter idea. You've got your starting point as you're thinking fantasy/fighting story, and you just kind of want to do a warlord versus something, but you're not sure what. Hey, it's a starting point, right, Blaze? Everything needs a starting point. I like Gray's suggestions. Gray is very good at picking the correct dramatic level of like monster to put in a story that's like on market. I think what you should start with though is explore. Start with a scene. Start with a single scene. Like if you were envisioning, some sort of story that you're excited to write, pick like the coolest moment you could possibly imagine from it, and just like kind of play around. No expectations. You don't got to finish it. Just sit down and have some fun playing in that space. Write down what it might be like, some descriptions. You could write the whole scene if you want, but just sit down and give yourself time to play in the space and see if you dig it. It's like a test run, right? It's like trying out a game on Steam, right? You're playing the demo of your idea. You're writing the demo of your story. See how that works out for you. From what you've said so far, it sounds very fun. I would be very interested. Very up my alley. By the way, user 2850706000667, thank you for the follow, my friend. Welcome in. Happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for tuning into the stream. Rich, you said you just worked and played the new Mario Kart. We'll get in some audiobook time. Playing the new Mario Kart, Rich, does that mean you got a Switch too? Were you one of the lucky folks, the head of the line that got there? Rock on, man. What do you think about the new Mario Kart? Cassidy, sprint update. You said you got some toppings stirred into my oatmeal and had like 4 bites after it cooled down. Cassidy, I thought you were, I now remember you said you were going to do a breakfast eating sprint instead of a writing sprint. But I forgot that as I started reading your comment. And I was like, oh yeah, let's see how many words Cassidy got. And then I was very confused when it was all about food. Well, I hope the oatmeal's good. Do enjoy. It is a tradition around here that y'all make me hungry every stream, but Cassidy, I don't like oatmeal very much. So, scrambled eggs next time, or waffles or something maybe. I don't know. Oh, wow, Rich. Rock on, dude. You got off of work on, what'd you say, Friday? No, you didn't say the day. On launch day. I don't know when it launched, but last week. You got off work and you found one, man. Rock on. I appreciate you just going out and looking for it. And making it happen, too. Nice, man. There were, like, lines everywhere, I heard, for that thing. Thursday? Gotcha. Well, rock on, dude. I'm glad you're having fun with it. This is super cool. I think you're the first person I know that's got one. So, have fun, man. Cassidy, you'll jump into the next writing sprint? All right. We'll be happy to have you. Y'all, welcome in. Glad to have you. If you don't know who I am, that's all right. No one does anyway. Oh, I'm author Alex Knight. I've been writing full-time since 2018. These are my book ones, and we're here every weekday at 7 a.m. Central Time, streaming something, writing, book, fantasy focus, something to that effect. Yeah, today we're doing a writing sprint, so what you'll see is I'm going to pop over to this scene, and I'm on a little timer right there. We're going to reset it up to 5 minutes, and on our next writing sprint, we're going to write for 5 minutes, and I'll be working on A Wriggly Little Assistant, which is a prequel story to my book that just launched. That is not this one, but this one, Wriggly Little Hands. It's a fantasy comedy about goblins on a road trip. It's basically like a D&D campaign if nobody put any points into intelligence, and the DM was taking a shot after every chapter. It's a good time. Feel free to give it a look if you want. It's on Amazon, ebook, paperback, audiobook on Audible, any format you could like. But folks, welcome in. If it's your first time, we're glad to have you. We are doing writing sprints today, and I'm also taking any questions y'all got about books, writing, publishing, anything like that. Kooky, good morning. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Glad to have you back. I think you were posted in Discord. I got to catch up. I haven't seen the Discord this weekend. I was out of town, but speaking of, I can't just tease it and not mention it fully. Y'all, if you want to hang out after stream, I encourage you to join the Discord. I just put it in both chats. It's a little community that, well, honestly, chat bullied me into making. I didn't want to run a Discord server, but y'all wanted one. And let's get a current read. How many people we got in there now, y'all? It's kind of nuts. 152 members. Are you? That's nuts. That's wild. What? Insane. So if you want to hang out when the stream's over, join us in the Discord. You can also pull the link from my bio if you want. Blaze, you said, what weapon should the main character have? Sword, crossbow, or dagger, or double dagger? Oh man, it's up to you, Blaze. What do you want to write? Also, why not all of them? It could be fun. Do whatever's most fun to you, man. But I guess if I put my vote in, man, you can't beat a classic sword. They're the OG for a reason. They're the most prevalent for a reason. But hey, slide. I like that. You could roll for it. You could roll a die. We do that around here once in a while. Which I think we're gonna get back to that this week. Play our dice game. Writer, you said you just joined the Discord today. Very excited to be here. M, thank you very much, and welcome into the Discord. What are you writing, M? What are you diving into? What's caught your fancy? GD Penman's got the vote for Spear, the king of weapons. Historically speaking, you'd be correct, but you know that. Kooky, you said, I finished reading my first book of the month Saturday night and started a new one. Kooky, what books? What books you been reading? You're like Sam. I asked them what they did this weekend. They said they've been reading a lot of books. And you know what? That's what I want to hear. Ain't nothing wrong with cozying up with a good book, right? I need to do more of that. Blaze, if you want, we could roll the die here. I got the my dice program pulled up. How many options you got there? We could roll it right now if you want. But also, all of them is a good answer, Blaze. There's nothing wrong with that. M, you said, I am working on my first fantasy novel at the moment. 45,000 words in. Feel like I'm losing my mind, but having fun. Hey, you just described it. You just described writing like there. You feel like you're losing your mind, but you're having fun doing it. I dig it, M. Hey, congratulations for being 45,000 words in. That is no small feat. Seriously, y'all. Shout to M. That's good progress. I mean, you're basically half... Based on the total word length, depending on the total word length, you could be halfway through. That's awesome, dude. Rock on. Seriously. Keep it going, Em. Keep that momentum flowing. Gray, you said all of them's a bad idea if they're fighting a sea monster because, well, sinking? You know what? Fair. Fair. Kooky, you said you were reading Sky Shade by Alex Astor. It's the one you finished. And then 4 Ruined Realms by Mai Corland. Wow. Those are dramatic titles and awesome author names. Alex Astor. What a cool name. And 4 Ruined Realms. That is a very good book title. I love it. I hope you enjoy. I mean, it sounded like you enjoyed them, so rock on. Blaze, you said you want to roll for it? Alright, so let's see if you got sword, dagger, double dagger, spear, crossbow, longsword. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So a d6. Alright. Blaze. That's not the right screen. There it is. Blaze, you want me to just roll a d6 for that then? See whatever. I guess we'll just assign it in the order you typed it. So sword being 1, dagger being 2, double dagger being 3, spear being 4. Let's see. You said you got 7 there? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I count 6. We could roll 7. You can make it a d10 and just take rolls 8 through 10 out if you want. Or we can roll a d6. You just let me know. M, you said, thank you so much. It's been a journey and a half to get here, but proud of myself. M, it's never not a journey. I have published 10 books now. I have written probably 15. Every single one is a different journey with its own challenges and hurdles. And, like, it's never boring, I'll say that. It is always an interesting challenge. I think part of it's just like settling in and being like, all right, I don't know where this adventure is going to take me, but I'm here for it. And you just got to rock and roll with it. All right, Blaze, we're going to roll this dice for you. Yeah, Kath, that makes a lot more sense. You are spot on. That would absolutely be the way to do it. Luckily, Blaze said it was a typo, and they actually only have 6. So we're going to roll the d6 and avoid having to modify anything. But no, that would absolutely be the better way to do it, Kath. All right, Blaze, you ready? I'll leave it up to... obviously, you have the final say, but let's roll for it. Good luck, I guess. And away we go. I'll turn up the volume so you can enjoy the dice sounds. 3. Got a 3, Blaze. Let's go back to your list. What's that going to be? Where was it? Scroll back a bit more. Okay. Too far. There we go. Double dagger. Oh, exciting. Blaze. Nice, dude. That'll be fun. Obviously, you don't have to abide by the roll, but could be a good place to start. Hey, thank you for the follow there. Dubs on Smash. Welcome in, my friend. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend, and thanks for hanging out with us today. Kooky said the book I'm reading now is based on Korean myth, legend, and lore in a made-up world. Well, that sounds awesome. That sounds super cool. Is that the Four Ruined Realms, I think is the title you dropped for it? Let me know if I got that right. Um, nice, nice. Yes, Cassidy, I agree. That was a good dice roll. Um, folks, if you don't know, every Friday around here we do something a little special, and we do Fantasy Map Fridays, where we make fantasy maps live on stream. These are some we've made. Well, actually, these are maps I've made in the past, not ones I've made on stream. But hold on, we'll pull up what we're working on. So make sure you're back here on Friday, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. Central Time, and we will work on some maps. I'll pull them up real quick here. Probably not going to be too perfectly aligned. No, it looks like it's off. We'll do this one. So this is the first map that we made on stream over a period of a couple weeks. And Wormrest Island, chat named it. Chat named the locations, helped me figure out what was going to go where. And we made every bit of this on stream. So Friday, we'll be working on more maps. We had a good time on this one. Gray, you said you've got a dip. Gray, have a good day, my friend. I will message you after stream. We'll get our co-author or co-worker chat going. Have a good one, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Y'all, and then this is the map we're currently working on, a little bit different. And it's from my book right here, Wriggly Little Hands. Y'all wanted to work on a map from this book. So there it is. And we started with our legally distinct Mordor we started working on. And then this horrific place with its spider webs, the Caverns of Whispering Web. And of course, we have to do the Swamp of Sadness and Sweaty Underthings. So we made some good progress here. We'll be working on this again on Friday, so make sure you're here. And we're going to fill in more of the map until one day it'll look as beautiful as this one. Well, it is the Dark Lord's domain, so a little less beautiful, but it will look finished, most of all. AJ, you had a question. Oh, Blaze, real quick, you missed the dice roll. You lost your internet for a minute. We rolled a 3, Blaze. So based on your list, that would be a double dagger. A pretty exciting answer to that question. So congrats, man. Double dagger. Cassidy asked for a sprint soon. Absolutely, Cassidy. Let's go ahead. We're gonna fire it up. Let's get that timer up there. There it is. 5 minutes on the clock. I say a minute 30 seconds, and we're gonna kick off that sprint. I want to answer AJ's question real quick. AJ said, how do you avoid plagiarism? Like you have an idea similar to something that's already been written. Good question, AJ. Oh, and real quick, Cathavaria says, y'all have some fun. I have to do housework. Have a good Monday. Well, same to you, Kath. Thanks for tuning in. Good luck with the housework. I hope it gets swift and painless. And hope to see you in another one. Have a good day, Kath. Now let's answer AJ's question real quick. Oh, thank you for the follow, Kath. I appreciate that. Appreciate you being here. AJ, you had asked, how do you avoid plagiarism? Like, do you have an idea similar to something that's already been written? AJ, so I think the rude truth of it is that ideas are easy, execution is difficult. A lot of people have had good ideas and or the same ideas, but execution is what makes them stand apart. Plagiarism is only an issue if you're literally like copying word for word, idea for idea, somebody else's story. Anything less than that is inspiration. Everybody gets inspired, draws inspiration from everything else they consume. What I like to say is every story in the world has already been told, but it hasn't been told by you. Your voice, the way you think about things, the way you write, the way you process the world and turn it into words, that's what makes a story unique. Don't worry about being wholly original. Worry about being true to yourself and your creative voice. And the only way you can do that is just trusting yourself as you write. Tune out the doubt. Don't worry that your idea is not original enough. Don't worry that it's not good enough. Just trust yourself, kick back, get in that creative flow, and write. That's the best way to do things. It really is. Every story in the world's already been told, but it hasn't been told by you. You're the one that makes it unique. Wow, that was a flood of approval there. I'm glad y'all like it. Hey, thanks for being here, folks. I feel like I tell that to new writers a lot, but look, I've 10 published novels, 5 more written, more on the way. If I was anything that I've learned in that time, it's that. I wrote y'all all these books, and like I love my books, right? I'm proud of all of them. It took 10 published novels to get the confidence to write this one because publishers told me comedy didn't sell and it's not a hot market for fantasy comedy. It's too niche. It's not on market. It's not on brand. Like people aren't going to buy it. Took me 10 novels to get to this one, and it was the greatest thing I ever wrote. I had the most fun I've ever had writing it. It is 100% the first time that I fully trusted what I wanted to do and what I was interested in, and it was the best writing experience I've ever had. And get this, it's on track to be the best book I've ever launched. Correlation? Perhaps, but if nothing else, I had an incredible time with it. I said for Cassie we were going to do a writing sprint, so I'll answer this last question, and then we'll do a writing sprint. Laura, you said, how long have you been writing, Alex? Laura, I've been writing full-time since 2018. I have been writing pretty much since middle school, like every day for fun. But full-time, I should say full-time as an author under my own name since 2018. I was a ghostwriter and a freelance business writer before that. So I've done... Before that, I was doing sci-fi and romance ghostwriting, as well as random clients, like writing health books and textbook type stuff. So yeah, a long time. But hey, y'all can take a shortcut. Take my advice. Don't write what's true to you from the get-go. Don't write 9 novels before you finally trust yourself. SJ, you said I'm late to the party, but just got a copy. I'm excited to start. Well, thank you, SJ. I hope you enjoy Wriggly Little Hands. The goblins are very excited to meet you. Have fun with it. All right, Cassidy, I promised you a writing sprint, and I am due for a sprint. Lore, yes, remind me that question again after the sprint, and I'm happy to talk about it. But for now, folks, if you're new around here, basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play on this timer. It's going to count down from 5 minutes to 0, and during that time, I will be writing this novella on stream, and I encourage y'all to write anything that you want to work on, or maybe you're just making breakfast, maybe you're replying to emails first thing in the morning, whatever it is. Let's get 5 minutes of just a little bit of joint productivity. And in the meantime, if you got questions, drop them in chat, and I will answer them all once the sprint's done. But for now, folks, open that word processor, turn to a blank page, uncap your favorite pen. The timer's a-timing, so let's get to writing. I will see y'all on the other side. Y'all, if I'm making funny faces as I'm writing, don't mind me. For some reason, the moment, the attitude I'm writing with my characters manifests into facial expressions. So if I look confused, it's just because the character's asking a question. Or if I look annoyed, it's just because, again, a character's annoyed. I don't know. It's weird, but the expressions appear on my face as I'm typing. I think it might help me get in the mood for it a little bit. Ooh, typos everywhere. You can literally hear me. 3 letters, delete, delete, delete. 3 letters, delete, delete, delete. It's got a rhythm to it, right? It was like... It was just wrong every time. Sam says the song of oopsies. Yeah, very much. I kind of wish that I could. I mean, I can probably change out my delete key, my backspace, so it makes a different noise. Cause I think it'd be really funny just to hear like a different noise. It's like, oop, Alex messed up. Oh, I'm also choking. Oh, that was weird. Anyway, it'd be really funny to have a different backspace key, so it just like plays a sound or something whenever I hit backspace. Like, oh, he made a bad typo there. All right, let's get a time check. 1 minute left, y'all. If you are sprinting along with me, we got 1 minute left. Let's sprint to the finish. And if you had any questions about books, writing, publishing, all that good stuff, drop them in chat, and we'll talk about them here on the way back, as well as Lorelor's question about ghostwriting. Now, where was I? Broke my train of thought. Alright, I'm pretty sure that time's done, so I'll stop on that sentence and let's see. Yep, time has run out. Alright, folks, if you were writing along with me, well, I hope it went well. Drop that word count in chat if you want to, no pressure. But let's see, I started... Ooh, I should have... Let me go back, and I didn't mark where I started. I think I started right here. So 224 words in that sprint. That actually tracks, because now that I think about it, I had 222 words in my first sprint. I remember it because it's a weird number. So 472 minus 222, 250. Okay, so 250 words in this sprint. I'll take that. I'm not mad about that in the slightest. Cassidy, 124. Hey, rock on. Rock on. Well done. Well done. Thanks for writing with me. Lore, 184. Dude, let's go. Y'all, good work. I'm working on getting a little soundboard for stream. I think it'd be funny to have different celebration things. So instead of just my clap, I could, like, I don't know, pop some animations in and do some noise or something. Something we're working on. We'll get that going here in a little bit, hopefully. It's on my schedule this week. M, you said I'm working from home at the moment, and I'm in England, so it's just after 2 p.m. for me. All right. I have a lot of what I call co-workers in England, which is basically to say my small press that I publish with is based out of England. And many of the authors that I work with and the editor and whatnot that I work with are over there, as well as a lot of my friends in the fantasy community over there. So very familiar with staying up to date on what time it is in England. And I'm presently having a conversation with my editor who's in New Zealand right now. So time zones, what is time? It's just we're all over the place here. I am jealous of you in England, though, Em. It's a lovely country. All right, so Lore, you had asked me a question before we went into that sprint, and I want to talk about it. You said, let me get the exact wording. Actually, I don't know if I'll be able to scroll up to it. There's been a lot of chat. There it is. After the sprint, can you talk about how you became a ghostwriter? Yeah, Laura, I could give you a little roadmap for it. Basically, I just started freelance writing, and that I'd always been a good writer, but I just, outside of my day job, began cold pitching various very uninteresting companies. Any business that I would look at their website and go, your copy needs to be better, I would email them and just be like, hey, I'm getting started in ghostwriting, or content writing, basically for business. I would love to, here's a rewrite of the stuff on your website. I'd love to talk about writing better content for you or whatever. A little less egotistical than it's coming off. It was more gentle and subtle than that. But I basically did that grind for about a year and got a number of clients that I was working with. I was writing their webpage for them, their content, stuff like that, any marketing copy. And then I got enough of that I was able to go on, and this is going to be time specific, but back then, Reedsy, which is still around, but it was a little different back then. I just put it in chat. Reedsy. They were a website that I basically set myself up as a creator on. And I was able to find folks that were looking for novellas or full-length novels to be ghostwritten. And I found a couple publishers specifically that needed novellas in romance. Romance is a very popular genre. There's a lot of writing required for it. People just devour romance stories. So I got in with a couple novella romance publishers and just wrote for them consistently. And once I kind of got my footing there, I was able to transition doing less business writing for companies and more novella writing, which is kind of when I became a full ghostwriter, and just basically built a professional profile on Reedsy, to the point where I was able to start getting full ghostwriting contracts for full novels. And then I was doing sci-fi novels, romance novels, health books, basically anything that people needed, had the knowledge or the storyline for, but needed a writer for, primarily with publishers. And I did that for about another year, and eventually transitioned that into being able to write books under my own name in 2018. So it was kind of all, I feel like kind of like a Pokemon evolving, right? Like I started with freelance writing content for businesses that wasn't particularly interesting, but still needed to be well written. Turned that into writing fiction for novella publishers that needed a steady stream of fiction, and then turned that into writing full-length novels as a ghostwriter. So yeah, that was kind of my journey, and that led to being an author, and now we try to do it, with my own books. Fingers crossed. We've been on it since 2018, and look, I'm still in the job, not making great money, but I'm making enough to still be here. So who knows when the next book's going to blow up, right? We're working towards it every day. Sam, you said I have been writing fun scenes regularly now, at least one a day. Well, first of all, congratulations, rock on. You're looking for inspiration to improve. Any book recs? You're starting to read poetry. Sam, inspiration I think really should just come from anything that you're excited about. It could be TV shows, it could be books. I love that you're writing short, fun scenes. It's such a good place to start. I would say if you're looking for inspiration to improve, I can only answer for me personally, but I would try to start doing short story contests. I think the competitor in me loves that. So that was a good inspiration for me to really push the limits and write more. If you're looking for inspiration in the form of like content taken in, it's really a personal thing, like stuff that's exciting to you that just like gets your brain off in a fantasy world or spiraling down some story. Just stick to anything you have a powerful emotional response to is what I would say. Nikki Fats, welcome in, my friend. Happy Monday to you. You said, what percentage of your writing do you do on stream versus off stream? Nikki, I aim for 1,000 words on stream when we do the writing streams. I probably hit that goal once or twice a week if it's a good week. I do most of my writing off stream because what I really aim for is 1,000 words on stream, and then off stream I write at least 2,400 words a day. That's my pace of production for my books, basically a chapter a day. So I would say I probably do maybe 10 to 20% of my writing on stream. Most of it is off stream just because when I'm on stream, my attention is very much on y'all and answering your questions and stuff. But it's been good exercise, you know. I've enjoyed it, and seeing a lot of y'all joining me and writing and starting your own creative journeys has been awesome. So I'm very excited to be here with y'all each day. Which, speaking of, Autark, welcome in, my friend. Happy Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Things are going great here, dude. I had a long weekend with friends back in Florida. Now we're back here on the stream. Gonna do some good writing later today. I'm pumped. I'm ready for it. I am refreshed and rested and ready to go. Simp1x, you had a good question. You said, how does getting paid as a ghostwriter work? Is it the same? So ghostwriters are typically paid per word, Simp. It would be back when I was in getting, I don't know what the rates are now, but back then I was getting paid 6 cents per word for the most part, which over the length of a novel comes out to like $6,000 for a 100,000 word novel. I believe the math's right on that, right? It's been a few years since I've done that calculation. Yeah, that's going to be right. Yeah. So, sorry, Discord's popping off here. I think y'all can hear that, so we'll mute it. So that was what I got paid back then. I think the rates are probably higher now. It also depends on, where you start at. I think I started at 2 cents a word, and I worked my way up to 6 cents a word. It's not great pay. There's much better pay for higher level ghostwriters, but I was still pretty introductory level back then. But yeah, typically you pay per word is how that works. Things can be structured differently, but that's pretty standard, I say. But like I said, I've also been out of the ghostwriting game for a while now, so I haven't done that since 2018, so things may have changed and I might be out of date a little bit. Rafi, you said it's update day apparently. You're updating the laptop, the music software, Photoshop, keyboard, and interface. My goodness. Hey, look, that's a good Monday task, right? You got to get ready for the week. You got to get all pumped up, refreshed, good to go. So hey, rock on. Cassidy, are you still with us? You still hanging out? Probably. I don't know. I don't see you in the list. I was going to say we could do one more writing sprint if you want. Anybody writing along with me today that wants to do one more writing sprint? Because I'm happy to take questions. Happy to answer any questions you got about books, writing, publishing, whatever. Or, if you want, we can jump into one more writing sprint before stream's over. I leave it up to y'all. My mic gets so in the way of my drink, my coffee. I gotta put it up. Try to drink my coffee and the microphone's gonna drink it before I do. Will y'all get some caffeine from that? We'll just send it out to stream. Blaze and Lore, you said you want to do another sprint? Alright, rock on. Then we'll fire it up here. Folks, if it's your first time here, welcome in. I'm author Alex Knight, and I'm here every weekday at 7 a.m. Central Time. We're always doing something, writing, creativity, fantasy, sci-fi focused on stream. Today we're doing writing sprints, so we're going to go ahead and put our 5-minute timer on screen right here. Right there, it was a bit high. And we're going to do another writing sprint, but some days we roll dice and we play a writing game where the dice tell us what our prompt is, and then we roll more dice to put modifiers on it. We'll play that this week. That's always a fun one. I call it the Dice Decide. And then every Friday, y'all, make sure you're here, because Fridays we make fantasy maps live on stream, and my goodness, is it fun. My favorite stream, for sure. So tune in on Friday. It's going to be a good time. You said, I want to write so bad. Work is really being a third wheel to me and my itch to write right now. I'm sorry to hear that, Hey, if you can carve out 5 minutes, we can do a little sprint right now, but you know your schedule better than I do. Rafi, I didn't decide when the next dice game would be, but I think Tuesday or Wednesday is a safe bet. Probably Wednesday is the safest bet on it. That seems like a good day for it. So we'll go ahead and just say Wednesday. We're looking at that. I think that's a safe bet. So writing sprints today, probably writing sprints tomorrow, dice game Wednesday, who knows on Thursday, and Friday, of course, always Fantasy Map Friday. But for now, folks, let's do another writing sprint. Y'all, you know how it goes. We have 5 minutes on the clock. There it is. I will be working on A Wriggly Little Assistant up here. That is a prequel novella to Wriggly Little Hands, my book that launched 2 weeks ago. It's a fantasy comedy about goblins on a road trip. Ton of fun. I'm absolutely in love with it. Y'all have made it an incredible launch. Seriously, thank you for that. Absolutely nuts how high this book has been ranking, y'all. Thank you very much for the support. So, today I'm very excited to be writing the free prequel novella to it, which is going to get a finished cover. This is the work in progress. The artist is still finishing it up, and we're going to have a paperback release of it as well. The ebook will be free to Stream subscribers as well as Discord members and newsletter subscribers. Everybody else, it'll be as cheap as I can make it on Amazon. And then we're going to have a paperback release if you want, like, a physical edition to put next to Wriggly Little Hands. And I've just got word from my audiobook producer that they want to do an audiobook for it. So we will have the narrator of Wriggly Little Hands, the amazing Dory Sachs, narrating this novella as well. So it's going to be good. Simp1X, you already follow me on TikTok, so you're good, my guy. You will have access to it for free. I think you're also in the Discord, so that's probably where I'll post the information about it. But I'll have a web page up, so followers and newsletter subscribers can get it for free. Good, Rafi. I'm glad the dice game makes you feel comfortable in the short story realm. So yeah, let's call it. Rafi, for you, we'll say Wednesday. We're gonna do it this Wednesday. But y'all, if you're gonna ride along with me on this last writing sprint of Stream today, turn to a blank page, pull out your favorite pen, or fire up your word processor, whatever it is, y'all. Let's get to it. I got 5 minutes on the clock. It's counting down. Let's put some words on page. That was a strange noise. Something go wrong there? Oh, my computer made a noise. Well, I think I'm still here. We're still on stream. Anyway, to writing we go. Rook, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. Let me know. We're going to do our last 5 minutes of writing today. Well, on stream. I got a lot of writing to do off stream. Oh, you know what, y'all? 472 words. That's where we're starting that sprint. Let me put that in chat so that I remember. There we go. There we go. Aaron, M, Karmatic, thank you for the heart me's, y'all. And Slendy, appreciate y'all re-upping the stream team. It's nice to have you here. Thank you for that. I appreciate the support, for real. Y'all rock. There's a nice big typo. All right, y'all. 2.5 minutes left. We're halfway through the sprint. Keep it rolling. Good luck to you. Finish strong. Whew. Come on, Alex. Spell the word right. All right, how about a time check? 20 seconds. Ooh, spidey senses were tingling on that one. Normally I overwrite my time, but that's a good stopping point for me. We'll take that. Y'all, if you were writing along with me, hey, finish up. Got a few more seconds here. Finish your sentence, finish your thought. And I'm going to go ahead and math out how many words I wrote on that sprint. We started with 472. All right, 250 words. That's a good sprint for me. I'll take that. We'll take that any day of the week. If you were writing along with me, y'all, please, if you're comfortable, share your word count for that sprint so I can cheer you on. Laura, 112 words for that go around. Yo. Seriously, good work. Rock on. Appreciate you sprinting with me. Blaze, if you want, our Discord, which I'm always shouting out, our Discord has a writing share channel. Feel free to post it in there, and folks can help you out. Take a look at it, see what we think. If you don't want to post public, that's a lot of P's. If you don't want to post it publicly, yeah, as a stream follower, you can send it over to me. I don't have time to look over the longest things. I can give it a quick look and give you general thoughts. Can't do a line for line edit, you know. But you've been here a while. You get a little bit of special privilege. The regulars get that. Whew, boy, folks. Hey, thanks for being here today. I hope you had a good time. I certainly have fun. Oh, Cassidy, wait, we got a late word count. You said I haven't been keeping track of the sprints exactly, but I've gotten 177 since the last sprint. Good job, Cassidy. Rock on. 177 is a very good total for 5 minutes. Seriously, rock on. Thanks for writing with me, Cassidy. I'm glad that you were here for the last sprint. We were doing one more for you. Pretty good. We got 3 sprints today. Maybe we'll get a few more in, but in future streams. I like to do about 4 if possible, maybe 5. But y'all just had so many good questions, which I appreciate. I'm always happy to answer questions, help you out however I can. But y'all, I hope you had a good time today. If you did, please do give me a follow so we can see you tomorrow. I will be back. We're here every weekday at 7 a.m. Central Time. And I often get questions about do I take donations? Do I have a Patreon? Any of that stuff. And I appreciate that. Super kind of you folks. I do not have a Patreon or a Ko-fi or anything like that. But I got books. And if you want to support the stream, just give them a look. See if any of them jump out to you. The one I would recommend most right now is Wriggly Little Hands there at the top center, way up at the top. That's my favorite one. That is my favorite child, and it's the newest one. So give it a look if you're interested. You can find them all on Amazon.com or AuthorAlexKnight.com. Just put the titles in. They're an ebook, paperback, and audiobook. Other than that, folks, thank you for being here today. As always, a special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com, who provided our background music today with his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade. As well, an extra special thank you to community member Raffi the Engineer, who provided our 5th background song Midnight at the Round Table. Raffi made that just for stream. Raffi, thank you, my dude. I appreciate you. Folks, thank you for being here. I will be here every weekday at 7 a.m. Central Time. and I look forward to seeing you. A big shout out to Isabel Knight on YouTube, as well as Jake Hartman, who tuned in earlier, and King Chuck, who was here, and also Bria and Life on YouTube. And an extra big shout out to Blaze Gaming 1414, Sam Shell, Cassidy Cook, Raffy the Engineer, other name wasn't available, tuning in from TikTok, along with M, Carmatic, Slindy Sloyd, Kooky, Ian the Wizard, GG. Good to see y'all. Rion Fish, Harpy Rook, Mike Ray 3057, and Brian Let me get that right. McNamin. Y'all, thank you for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've had a wonderful time today. Don't forget to come see us in the Discord if you want to hang out after stream. I'll drop that link one more time. We've got a wonderful community there, and we're always hanging out. There you go. It's in Stream Chat. It's in YouTube Chat. Or you can pull it from the link in my bio. Y'all, happy Monday to you. Hope you have a great day. Let's make it a great week. I will see you tomorrow. Peace out, folks. See you next time.